JVR, the timing couldn't be perfect after the move, the stunt you pulled off on Reimer the other night. What's going on, buddy?
How you guys doing? Yeah, thanks for having me.
Have you heard from Reims yet, or what?
No, nothing from him, but no, it's good to see him back out there. I know, obviously, I just signed a week or so ago, so he's always someone that loved the game, and he definitely grinds as far as what it takes to prepare and play for a long time like he has. So good to see him back out there.
And James, you've got over 1,100 games in this league. When you get to that point, you know so many guys spread out throughout the league. Do you look forward to playing against old teammates and guys that you know? I mean, it probably happens on a nightly basis now.
Yeah, it's definitely funny how that happens. Sometimes I'll get kind of looks from other guys on the team if I'm maybe chirping someone on the other team or whatever, just to be like, do you know that guy or what's going on here? So I know me and G were going back and forth last night a little bit. So sometimes I'm sure we don't even know if we're kidding or not, but no, that's the fun part of it is competing against your buddies and wanting to get the best of them those times. So yeah, that's when the puck drops, obviously all that goes out the window.
It's funny you say that because a couple of weeks back, just after Christmas, Scott Laughton and Claude Giroux, who played together obviously a long time in Philadelphia, were bickering back and forth. And that's just the joy for me as a fan watching the game that I love, because we all know they're buddies, but on the ice, it's business. We just saw the clip of that goal on Reims, your former teammate. I always wonder, and obviously, let's call a spade. You made that move legit years ago. I mean, guys doing crazy stuff now. But what goes through your mind as you pull off that move?
Yeah, for me, it kind of just came about just because especially earlier in my career, I feel like the coaches really wanted you to stay on top of the paint, right on top of the goalie. So to get to the backside of the net, if you try to turn when you're that close, like if you see even in that clip, you can see Reims' stick is right there, and it ends up, I think, hitting my foot maybe. But yeah, I'm just trying to get it around the stick to the back post of the net, and then a lot of times it can create some havoc with a rebound or things like that. So that's kind of where it came from. It wasn't necessarily meant to be a fancy thing. It was more out of function of being tight to the net and trying to find a way to change the angle and get around the goalie's stick. And yeah, I think I have a couple that way over the course of my careers. But yeah, it's kind of more just trying to get it to the backside of the net and hopefully off that back pad or above it in the net. And if not, just get a rebound there for someone to whack in.
Being around and being the veteran that you are, the league's changed a lot since you came into it in 2009. What are some of the adjustments you've had to make over the course of time to still be productive? You're on pace for another 20-goal season here and be relevant and productive and be an asset to your team still after all this time.
Yeah, I think for me, just generally having that curiosity of just all things performance. I was lucky to work with a lot of really smart people over the course of my careers and pick up a lot of things and learn from different players, different coaches, whoever it may be. So I feel like I'm always trying to be a sponge and see if there's different things that I can add to my game or maybe do things a little bit differently or adjust. Obviously, I think as a player, you generally have your calling card as a player and something that really kind of is your identity in a lot of ways and you're in your role. And I think for me, obviously, play around the net front has always been something I've been really comfortable at and doing a way that I'm trying to evolve with as the years go on. But I think ultimately, again, how can I find some other ways in the game to just keep adding to my game so that I can be relied on in maybe different areas and make that area even better just by having more things that I can do and not just be a one-trick pony.
A couple of years back, if you recall, the Leafs end up getting Pacioretty, but you were linked to a potential reunion. We love having Shenner on the show. He was on last week. We're working on a third potential reunion here for Leafs. Did it ever get close to the Leafs a couple years ago?
Yeah, there was some tire kicking there for sure. And like I've always said, like obviously I loved my time there and had just such a great experience just with the way I was treated by the organization and just the fans and the city and stuff like that. Even to this day, I think if I ever do get spotted wherever I'm at, it's usually by a Leafs fan. So yeah, that just the amount of love I have for the organization and the city is something that will never change. But again, yeah, sometimes it's funny how you said like the different ways of timing go and things like that. And obviously, I had 2 stints in Philly, which I wasn't necessarily expecting when that all happened. a few years back. So I think, again, obviously, over the course of your career, you focus on the day to day, you be where your feet are, and I think, again, if you kind of are professional in the way you go about your business and treat people well, I think you never really close doors on anything, and you go from there. But obviously, I'm super happy right now playing in Detroit with what we have going, and it's a great group of guys, great organization, and it's been a lot of fun for us this year.
That's where I wanted to go next. I mean, you've really, found your qualities, obviously, in Detroit. There's some horses around you. It's an upswing team. Todd McClellan's done a great job. What's made that fit so good in Detroit for you this year?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I think we have a lot of great players to play with. So I think, like you were kind of mentioning before, I think for me, obviously, I've had to adapt and adjust over the years to find different ways to contribute up and down a lineup. And I think that's something I take a lot of pride in now, being able to play on kind of any of the four lines and just being able to execute and maybe some different roles and things like that. So that's part of the fun, I think, over the course of your career, is reinventing yourself a little bit and, going about it that way. So it's been a fun group to be a part of. And like I said, there's a lot of great players and a lot of great situations to play in for my role on the team and stuff like that. So that's been a lot of fun for me.
How about the team in general? I don't think a lot of people were expecting the Red Wings to pop off like this. The top 2 in the division, 3 in the conference, top 4 in the whole league. What about the team is clicking right now? Do you just kind of have a well-rounded group, or what do you think your strengths are?
Yeah, I think we've got a well-rounded group. I think we have a lot of both ends of the spectrum. We have quite a few kind of older established guys, and then we have a bunch of younger guys kind of making their first couple rounds through the league in their first few years. So, that's been a lot of fun. I think we got obviously a lot of really good players at some of the key positions too, which definitely helps. But I think we seem to be gelling well as far as how all the pieces are fitting together on our team, and guys just contributing up and down the lineup within their roles. And we know it's only going to get harder here as we go down the stretch run here. I think we're at just 32 games left. So we know how tight the standings are this year in our conference, particularly within our division. So we got a lot of work to do still. But again, there's nothing quite like playing meaningful hockey down the stretch when the games keep getting more and more important.
Yeah, the standings are such a piss off, man. Like, we've been documenting it. Obviously, the Leafs make a coaching change, Mark Savard out, and they've been on fire, like 9-1-3 or whatever it is in the last X amount of games, and not really making out ground. You had a point in the season where you're checking the standings, or you just guys going into every game like it's 1 out?
Yeah, I think for me, I try to follow things, being just like a fan of the game in general and liking to watch hockey and stuff like that. So you're kind of aware of where things are at. And yeah, like you said, I think especially in like the last 10 to 12 games within our division, I think every team is going at a pretty good clip. Maybe only a couple losses in those stretches for all the teams 1 through 8 in the division. So it just goes to show how close it is, how tight it is. And now we're going to be playing a lot more divisional games here down the stretch. Everyone is. So just the swings can be that much more drastic, I guess, in those sorts of games. So we know that it's going to be one game at a time, and that's just the next game. Let's just keep focusing on that.
We always talk on the show about like the difference in the market of Toronto. The spotlight and the pressure and the amount of people that follow and media and all the rest of it. Being as you were there for quite a long time earlier in your career, do you feel like that prepared you to be able to handle anything in any market after your departure?
Yeah, I think definitely like playing. I think obviously most of the markets I've played in, or all of them, have had their degree of just the following and the pride for representing their cities. And I think for me, that what ultimately prepared me a lot for that is growing up a Yankee fan, and where I grew up in Jersey, where a lot of Yankees and Mets fans, and you could ride the roller coaster of that. Kind of growing up a little bit where it was World Series or bust in the George Steinbrenner years. So I think that also part of that maybe helped me too, where like it just seemed kind of normal to have that sort of attention on the team, that passion for the team, and that fanaticism for the team. So that was a big part of it too. But yeah, definitely going through going through that, getting a taste of some of that early in my career in Philly with some high expectations, and then going to Toronto, obviously, where it's tough to kind of top that anywhere, just as far as just the overall amount of attention on the team, the media presence, and just the vastness, I guess, of kind of Leaf Nation. So I think that definitely prepares you pretty well for your career.
James, I was a big baseball guy growing up. Derek Jeter's my guy. I still can't believe Bo Bichette had a chance to pick 2 New York teams, and he chose the scumbag Mets. Like, you're going to lose for life there. But anyways, we roll on here. I was actually in Vegas on Thursday. I don't know if you caught this. You said you watched the league. What do you think of Marner getting booed by his home crowd?
I actually did not see that. So I probably want to see that clip before I would say anything about it. But yeah, obviously with Mitch, like you said, playing in a passionate place like Toronto and then moving on, I'm sure there's going to be some hurt feelings, maybe some sensitivity to that, and going on to a different place like that. So obviously it's a very marquee, high profile thing, and he did what he thought was best for him and his family. So again, there's only so many times as a player you get a chance to have those sort of choices for your career. So he obviously decided to take advantage of that. But yeah, I didn't really see what happened, so I don't really want to comment too much on the specifics of it. But
no,
yeah.
It's fair. I should clarify. He was booed by the Leafs fans who went all the way to Vegas. Okay, I don't want to say that the Vegas crowd. My bad on that. Sorry, James, to put you in that shitty position. But the passion, dude, is what I want to get to. This fan base, they bring it. How great was it being a Maple Leaf fan?
Yeah, I think, like you said, or like I said before, is just growing up a Yankee fan and a Ranger fan, especially, I think definitely kind of prepared me for that. But there's nothing quite like it as far as just the spotlight or the microscope, whatever you want to call it, that you're under there. And I think kind of growing up in that sort of realm of following the Yankees like that, and it's that's the closest comparable I feel like I can give it to. Is something like that, where it's just like every single little movement one way or the other, people notice, and good, bad, or ugly. So it definitely holds you to a different standard. But obviously, there comes some, again, the highs can be higher and the lows can definitely be a little bit lower through that. So obviously it takes a certain type of personality, I feel like, to maybe handle that or enjoy that or thrive under that. But it's something I thoroughly enjoyed and have such fond memories of it, and yeah, just really enjoyed my time going through all that.
Now, switching to Austin Matthews, he had a bit of a slow start out of the gates this season, but has just been popping off since Christmas. Vintage Matthews, he looks like, and it was his rookie season when you were still with the Leafs. What do you remember about his emergence in the league, and how long did it take for you to realize that he had some special talents?
Yeah, well, it was his first, our first captain's skate in the summer, where you're like, okay, this guy's a little different, and he's going to be special. And then obviously, not too many guys have a first game like he had in Ottawa. But I think even back then, and I think this is something that's going to serve him still for the rest of his career, it's just the level of preparation and detail and commitment that he has to being the absolute best. So he's someone that's always going to end up figuring things out. Just riding through some of maybe things that aren't bouncing his way at times, just because he does have that level of care and level of commitment to tinker with different things, or know when to grind through certain things or what it may be. So I think that's, again, I feel like he had that right away. So I think that's something that maybe takes guys some time to develop, is having that sort of process that you can go through to make sure you can have that consistent longevity. And he had that right away. And yeah, he cares so much about his craft and how he goes about his business. So I have a lot of respect and a lot of time for that, just with how much time and effort and energy and care and how meticulous he can be through that. So I think that's something that maybe can get taken for granted, but yeah, with how good he is and how he works at his game and works at his craft, like, that's why he's been so good, and that's why he's going to continue to be so good.
It's pretty crazy, and time flies, dude. He just passed Matt Sundin. Did you ever think, like, skating with this guy, like, this guy's going to be the all-time leader in goals one day that quickly too?
I mean, with the tools that he had, I mean, it's hard not to say that. If he spends as much time there and knowing that, like, he's a special guy and a special player. So I mean, obviously some lofty expectations, and he seemed to have just keep raising the bar for himself. And so it's not surprising when you mention the amount of talent and the God-given abilities that he has, also with the amount of time and effort and just his mindset and approach to the game and approach to his craft. Like, he's going to maximize whatever his potential is as a player, just because of that's his approach to it. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for guys who go about it that way, and a lot of respect for how he goes about his business in that way.
How about Willie? What was he like? I don't know if you caught this a couple weeks back. You were a wife beater in the press box, man. This guy beats his own drum. I love his swagger, man. He's just built for this market, man. What do you think of that?
Like you said, I feel the same way with him. Like, the swagger, I think, says it all. And I think he's definitely got that sort of mentality that nothing seems to really bother him. So I think that's a pretty incredible trait to have, as far as just doesn't really ride the waves of what's going on around him. He has that kind of confidence and swagger about him, and just wants to play on the biggest stages, and that's what seems to bring out the best in him. So he was fun to get a chance to play with, especially on the line for a little bit there too. So you're not surprised to see him kind of he's thriving under the new dress code rules too. I think he might have been the one pushing for these more than anyone with what we've seen him wear so far. So that's funny and good to see.
Yeah, it's funny. This guy's wearing a beater and you're dressed up as Batman. Like that was awesome last week, man. Tell us about that.
You got both ends of the spectrum there. That's, I guess, what the no dress code was for. So this year I'm obviously living away from the family, and they're back in Minnesota and I'm here. And my son's birthday was on the Saturday of the game, and I don't think he realized to put it all together. He was only turning 4, just like that. I wasn't going to be at his party, so he was a little upset about that, and I was upset about that. Obviously, you don't want to miss events like that for your kids. You never want to see them sad or be the reason that they're sad. So I asked a couple of the guys if they thought it would be okay if I wore my costume to the school to be there for him. He was having a superhero party back home. So that was the one thing. So I did that just to show him I was thinking about him. But we actually have a nice video too. A few of the guys, Sandin Pelika, Finney, and Larkin, we did a little superhero video for them the day before. They were dressed as Captain America, Batman, and Spider-Man. So that turned out pretty cool too. So that was we had actually got a good video of my son's reaction to watching this, where these guys were with the Red Wings media staff did like a great video with like some special effects with like a portal, these guys coming out of a portal, wishing him happy birthday and like moving on. But it's pretty, again, I wanted to make it special and memorable for him in a different way, since I couldn't be there for the party for him.
That's awesome. I think it was you that was pushing for no dress code based on some of that stuff. You made up for not being at the party though.
Yeah, the real kicker is going to be when people find out it wasn't actually his birthday, and I just wanted to dress as Batman coming to the game.
I knew it. We were on to it, James. Just to wrap, I'm a big blue guy, man. This city has fallen in love with Scott Laughton. Both you guys unique in the fact you both played with Lots. What's he like in that room, man? This city is fired up about Scott Laughton right now. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, as they should be. He's one of my best friends and one of my favorite teammates of all time. And just the energy that he brings to a team and to the locker room is second to none. And he's the type of guy that just brings everyone together, where he's kind of like friends with everyone, in the sense where just people are always drawn to him, and he's bringing people together in a lot of different ways, and just so fun to be around. Just very self-deprecating, doesn't take himself too seriously. So I'm sure he's the guy that's probably getting chirped more than any guy on that team. At least that's how it was in Philly. But no, he's just you can't say enough good things about him and what he can mean to a team. So I love that I got a chance to play with him for as long as I did, and still consider him one of my closest friends. And it's just obviously a great story for him too, being able to go back home and play for the Leafs. Obviously a childhood dream for him, and to share all that with his family is pretty incredible. So I'm happy for him that that's working out there like that for him.
You're the best. I can't wait for you two to go at it on the ice. We know what's happening on Wednesday. And just take it easy on the Leafs, man. Like the first time around, I texted you. I had the anytime goal, by the way, so thank you very much. But you go top cheese on the breakaway there on Stolarz, man. You're feeling it, so keep up the great work. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Jay.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.